Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Man United Agenda. And we were going to do a preview show, but there is breaking news surrounding Manchester United and the takeover. So we are going to get into that. So, guys, if you're new to the channel, please make sure you like and share it and subscribing. So we're going to hit the news that's just broke 10 minutes ago, and then we are going to go into the preview show. So, guys, make sure you like, share, and subscribe, and welcome to the Man United Agenda. Yes, everyone, we are back, and it is breaking news. Manchester United have got, well, we've got a few things we're breaking from Sky Sports, really, to be honest with you. But, guys, as always, I'm Solo. We've got OMONDI. How you doing, sir?
Yeah, I've had a really great, eventful day. Had a friend over from foreign, as they call it, Errol.
Foreign.
Yeah, I took him round to places he's never seen before. Well, he's a Londoner, but took him around, showed him the ropes. You know, he's under my wing, and I had a really good day. We bought some records. We went for dinner. We met up with friends. We've been all over the place, you know. So if you see me about town, that was me. That was me.
It wasn't me.
Yeah, I had a really good day. Big up to Kev.
Big up. And Brush, sir, how you doing? Well, wow, Brush, it's been a while since I last on a show with you. How you doing, sir?
Listen, it's been a while, and now it's back-to-back days. I was on yesterday as well.
Wow, Brush, man. Listen, yeah, as what on Monday we always say, you know what? There's always a space at his table for you. So he will share his chicken, but at the moment, I don't think he's eating too much chicken at the moment. So yeah, you can come to me anytime, but I'm not even eating that much chicken either, to be honest with you. I'm not allowed to at the moment. So, you know, all of this dietary and everything else, you know. But as always, Phil, sir, welcome back. How are you doing?
Yeah, good evening. Thank you. I'm really good, thanks. Buzzing after the midweek game, which absolutely still bouncing off that, the performance that we had and everything. So yeah, I'm looking forward to the weekend. Can't wait.
I'm totally bouncing. I haven't been on the channel since the 2-2
not myself,
draw.
no. Not a chance to release.
It's
ready to go, electrifying the screen.
Yeah, let me go. But to be honest with you, you know, that performance against Barcelona, I know on Monday in the WhatsApp group was going absolutely crazy about it. What a performance it was by the boys as well. And even that draw against Barcelona, going into the game, I was hesitant about the game itself, but within the first 5 or 6 minutes or so, I was so confident of what's happening in the game. You can see the difference and what are Casemiro. I know Amon ain't going to agree with me, but I think Fred had a really good game in that game as well. But you know what? As a team collective, I think every single person had such a great game. But we're not here to talk about the past. We're here to talk about the future, and the future is now. First things first, there's a few people in the chat. I know there's a few new people who I'm in a WhatsApp group with now. You do know who I am, my name, personal name, but you'll know me as Solo on the screen. So I don't know if Amanda wants to just cut through these quickly just to say hello to some of the newbies.
Hi, HD Gamer. He says, I feel a Qatari coming on. It's like the old time Atari video game thing we used to have, is it? HD Gamer is also saying, predicting the future, 26 times Man United. Rebels in the house say substantial Qatari bid in. This thing is over. I want to say hi as well. He's been patiently waiting.
Big up, welcome.
1Y449.
Yeah, welcome to the channel.
Waiting for the stream. He's saying, getting impatient, but we're here now, guys. So settle down. We soon come, as we say. Backyard. HD Gamer saying, got a phone on charge. Come on, they're getting impatient, guys. MUFC is here as well. Rebels here. Rebels, our man with the sources. He's saying they are going to be a minute late for each year of torture under the Glazers. That's a good one. Vincent Bullock is in the house as well. He's saying hi, guys, as well as Stumpy Countertop for his 10-3 scoreline prediction. We've got MUFC saying blood money. Oh, coming in. We won't read that one. Bill Badger saying good evening to people. Hello, Bill Badger. Want to say hi to Miko as well. Big up Miko, man. Up the agenda. Bilal as well is in the house. Look forward to United games these days. We certainly do. And MUFC Realist TV, go and subscribe to their channel. Friday Vibes, Takeaway, good evening. Happy Friday, lads. He's putting it all in. And one of our own, Matthew Bassett, good evening to you. As well as a few more of our own. CALLULA's in the house. They're all piling in now. And Mr. B, yo, gents, he's saying. So give everyone a wave and tune in and listen up because we've got some big news to announce.
Right, and to be honest with you, that was the intro, but the first thing we need to do is go into some breaking news. And you know what the part for me, which I don't like, is you come on the channel and then all of a sudden you know exactly what you got planned, and all of a sudden Rebel, the correspondent, twist my arm, broke my arm and everything. So Phil, we're going to leave this to you right now, Phil. So take over from us.
Yeah, no worries. I'm just going to read out the statement off the Sky Sports website. It broke. It was about 20 minutes ago now. It was 10 minutes ago when we first went live. It just says that Sheikh Jassim bin Hamad Al Thani, the chairman of one of Qatar banks QIB, has made a substantial bid for Manchester United. The bid will carry no debt, and they say all profit will be reinvested into the community through the 92 Foundation. The Rain Group, who will organise the potential sale on behalf of the Glazer family, asked for initial bids to be made by 10 p.m. UK time on Friday. A statement said, Sheikh Jassim bin Hamad Al Thani today confirmed his submission of a bid for 100% of Manchester United Football Club. The bid plans to return the club to its former glories, both on and off the pitch, and above all, will seek to place the fans at the heart of Manchester United Football Club once more. The bid will be completely debt-free via Sheikh Jassim's 92 Foundation, which will look to invest in the football teams, the training centre, the stadium and wider infrastructure, the fan experience and the communities the club supports. The vision of the bid is for Manchester United Football Club to be renowned for footballing excellence and regarded as the greatest football club in the world. More details of the bid will be released when appropriate, if and when the bid process develops.
So there's still time for a few more clubs to actually put a formal bid in, but obviously we know this is a soft bid, so everyone's gone in with sort of a little bit of money. Not, you know, for us now, you know, we're looking at some KFC, we're looking at a couple of chicken wings, the soft approach, you know, to build up to us to get the actual meal at KFC.
Even a Sheikh kebab.
Yeah, exactly. We're building up to it, Again, with this brush, you know, I'm going to come to you first because it's something that we've just literally heard the news a few minutes ago, but the takeover, and the fact is they're willing to give all the donation of, you know, at Man United and the rebuilding of Old Trafford to the past glory days. That must mean quite a lot to us as football fans, because a lot of us been crying out for stuff like this for a long time, haven't we?
Yeah, absolutely. As far as sales pictures goes, I don't think it gets much better than what Phil just read out. So from that point of view, well done to them. I would like to know a bit more detail, obviously, but we'll find that out later down the line, won't we? At the moment, we know there's two bids on the table, these guys and from Sir Jim as well, and the Ineos group. The deadline's at 10 o'clock, so I expect there'll be a few more things going on behind the scenes, and news will probably filter through in the next couple of days.
Yeah, and again with that one there, I'm going to come to you, Phil. I'm going to come to you last on Monday with it, but with that one as well, Phil, it's a case of what Brosh said. He said about Sir Jim Ratcliffe as well, but also with the statement, I've read certain bits and pieces today that a certain motorsport sort of world champion or was world champion is looking to probably team up with Sir Jim Ratcliffe, and that's none other than Lewis Hamilton also could come in. So something else could come in, which is, yes, it's a softer approach, but apparently Ratcliffe don't have the funds to actually push the bid through. So could also Hamilton become part of this as well?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I think obviously this has kind of been mooted in the news for, I would say, several months now, since the sort of the fact that the Glazers were putting up for sale came apparent. I think, you know, that there's been several rumours. There's been Lewis Hamilton, there's been Rio Ferdinand, David Beckham. All these people are being linked with being part of the buyout with various buyers from different perspectives. Lewis Hamilton, I think, at one point did sort of distance himself from it. So whether or not, you know, we've heard of Elon Musk in the last week. So I think, you know, people are just thinking who's got money, who might be interested in buying something. You know, obviously this is the first official statement that we have seen. There's lots of rumours, but this is the first official statement. So this is the one that kind of stands the strongest at the moment. And we've seen over the last sort of 24 hours several tweets, posts going out. of Qataris posting pictures of United flags saying the deal's done, and then we saw all that on, I think it was Friday night. No, that's tonight. On Wednesday night, Thursday night, when Mbappe, all that got twisted. All that got twisted about he's going to United and things because it was a misunderstanding of a translation. So there's a lot going around at the moment, but this is the first official statement that we've had that leads us to any sort of statement. But as Brush absolutely says, 100%, you're not going to get a better sales pitch than that. I've said in recent podcasts about the fact that, what is the main thing that the next buyer needs to come in to do to win the fans over? Is it a case of get a big statement signing like Real Madrid? Is it a case of, making good the stadium, renewing the stadium, knocking it down? I'm not saying these are the right answers. I'm saying these are the things that have been said, or redoing the whole facilities, the training and everything. And I think that sort of statement suggests they're in to do a bit of everything. I know we don't like to mention this, but like City have done, where they develop the surrounding area as well, and that is something that the bidders are looking to come in and do from what we're reading.
Yeah, and going on to that one as well, and creating what City have done, they've created a lot of jobs as well around this. Like, it's a poverty area, Manchester, we all know that. But it's what City have gone and done, and these new investors could do it. And again, like what we're going to go back to Brush and about the teaser, like the caviar, as what they'll call it, is they're giving us sort of like a player like Mbappe, like announcing, right, we're going to go for Mbappe, bring Mbappe into the club. But Omondi, with this statement now, we got the Sir Jim Radcliffe part. Now we've got these guys coming in as well. What I've noticed and seen before with the Qatar and sort of like the Middle Eastern, if they've come in for something, they don't fail, do they? They get it, they win the bids, whatever they come with, they win it.
Well, money talks, doesn't it? If you've got more money, you're likely to win. And that's how business is run. It's ruthless business. You've got the money, you can seduce them. I love what Brush said about sales pitch. It was a brilliant sales pitch. Reading it myself, I was like, oh my God, they're ticking all the boxes and sort of playing to the heartstrings of all the fans. They've obviously done their research. I'm saying it, I'm just going to read it again. What they're saying here, the bid will be completely debt-free, which they look to invest in the football teams, the training centre and the stadium, and wider infrastructure. I mean, bloody hell. I mean, it's like that song, let me lick you up and down.
Can you say stop?
Stop it.
I think you have to wait till 9 o'clock till the watershed's over to carry on with that one.
I mean, if you want to turn them out, they're pushing all our buttons. And I'm like, yes, baby, come, get it. Love lyrics. I love the lyrics. They should make a song out of those lyrics there. They've really done their homework and saying the right things. And I think, we should, it's 10 o'clock tonight, we're only a couple of hours left. It's all go. Yeah. Who would have thought, like a few months ago, everyone was in despair and saying, I don't know, question marks about this, that, whatever. But this is good news, I think. And especially when people are being positive like that. You asked the question, Solo. You asked the question about the Qataris and money and the Middle Easterns. They've done a good job. Look at Man City. Look at they're doing at Newcastle. Look at they're doing at PSG. They're making these teams successful. Look at Man City done with the infrastructure in the wider area. They've got great facilities. That's all the things that we want to have for a good football club. And the added thing on that is Man City are not a big club. We've got the fan base. We've got the history. We've got all of that added to it. So I think we can't fail. Let's see what else is on the offer. Let's just let them line up and we can choose we can choose what we want. And we can say, that looks delicious. This is nice. Tease us. Tease me, baby. I love it. This is really exciting times. I wasn't excited until Phil read the thing there. It's really nice to hear that they're pushing our buttons.
Omondi, I've got to let you read this one because my site's terrible.
Bath Time with Vaughan, my main man, enough respect to Bath Time. He says, Solo, you better mention the 92 Foundation is Gary Neville's Qatari's 400 million transfer budget handed out to Hamas and the rest of the Middle East consider that regime to be directly financing terrorism. So there's conflict of interest here. Thing. Yeah.
And you know what the thing for me is, and I've said it, I think me and Mick, we did a show on Wednesday. Could it be Thursday? We did a show on Thursday, sorry. And I said the same thing. it's almost like it's a weird one because you can't balance it up, can you? You've got sort of certain things people don't want to back Sir Jim. You've got other people who don't want to back the Middle Eastern. For me as a football fan, I just want the best for Manchester United. That's all I want. I just want us to get back to past glory. I'm not saying whether or not, you know, we should use oil money that's doing this, money that's doing that. I just want the decent person to come to Old Trafford and actually do a good job on the pitch. We're talking about what the fans want. We're talking about winning trophies again. We're talking about implementing all these glorious days at Manchester United. I don't know what your thoughts are on that, Brush, because a lot of people, when it comes to politics and football, I don't get involved with it. That's my whole, you know, if you see what I mean, I don't get involved with politics and football. I only know football. Politician and
due
me,
to their day and age we live in, though, Solo, with these billionaire owners, unfortunately, they are intertwined. It's one of those. I think we need to proceed with caution. That's why I want more details on the exact bids on the table and exactly what people are offering. Obviously, on paper, this looks fantastic. They've ticked a lot of boxes in that. But, you know, you also mentioned the big name arrival of like a Kylian Mbappe. I personally would not like that. As in, for me personally, I don't care about the bid, like who just bring in unlimited funds. I honestly don't feel that our club needs that. We just need the right structure in place and people that care about the club, who put the right people in right positions. And then the rest will take care of itself. Like over the last 10 years, we spent over $1 billion. Now, had we spent that money with some more organization and structure, we would be better off. So that doesn't really entice me. And the Kylian Mbappe contract, for example, that he's on at PSG is beyond the realms of football. That is not something that I would like to see at our club personally.
And with that as well, Phil, I'm going to come to you quickly now. I said it again, it's something previously I've spoke about as well. With what's going on in the world right now, and especially the Mbappe deal coming to Manchester United, I know it's not coming out of my pocket, your pocket, or anyone else who's watching this show's pocket. Well, we're talking about shirt sales and stuff like that. But I would like to see a cap on footballers on how much money they get paid. And the reason why, because football is just getting ridiculous now of how much money people are getting paid. For Mbappe, I've said it, if the Qatar owner comes in, I reckon there's going to be some backdoor influences that's going on that could bring Mbappe to Man United on loan. Phil?
I think on loan is kind of the only kind of thing that may occur, because I think what we need to remember is financial fair play still is in existence, as we've seen very much recently with Man City, and we have spent an absolute fortune. We've not been in Champions League for several years, so we've lost a lot of money there. We have lost a lot of sponsorship through the fans fighting against the sponsors. And some have pulled the plug, some have said, see you later. That's all going to have to be rebuilt back up. Whoever takes over is not going to be able to come in and go, right, there you go, there's a new squad. And for starters, we don't want a new squad. We are playing some of the best football we have seen since Sir Alex Ferguson. And that's through a fantastic manager who is getting a tune and the best out of each of those players. And that's what Ten Hag does. Ten Hag, if he knows that Mbappe is going to come in and be another Ronaldo, and what I mean by that is, come in and be the big I am and everybody look at me. That's not what it's about. What Man United is now about is a team. And, you know, Rashford, he is obviously the best, but he's still a team player. He still plays for the team, you know. And if he doesn't think he's number one, some people might say, yeah, he is. And obviously his goal scoring record, he's on fire. He's feeling it at the moment, which is absolutely fantastic for us going into every game. But he doesn't go in going, I'm the big I am sort of thing. He's just another one of the team who's got the team in his heart, and he wants to play for the badge. He wants to play for the shirt. He wants to play for the club. He wants to return it to its former glory. We don't want anybody coming to the club for money. That's in the past. We've seen that. We've been there and done that. If you come in just because we'll pay you the most money, don't bother. If you come in because you want to play for your Man United, you want to wear the shirt with pride, you want to take us to the top and give your all every time you put it on, welcome. Come and join the queue, because that's what we want.
And just to add on to that, Phil, whoever our potential owners might be, like, they need to understand the DNA of this club. They need to understand the values that it's been built on. And It's important that they don't just come in and just throw their cash around. Yeah. I would hate to see just 11, world-class players turn up for world record fees. I don't want that, because that's the Real Madrid model. That's not us.
Yeah, no.
There's nothing wrong in investing in the squad, and the occasional record signing or whatever, if you think it would implement the squad. But there should always be an emphasis on the academy and players coming through and us taking on youngsters and improving them. That's part of what this club is built on.
Exactly. Got to keep it exactly as it is. And whoever comes in, I mean, one of the things that everyone knows about when Ten Hag, before he took the job, the strong rumour was he said that he had to have the full say in what happened with the transfers, wasn't it? That was something that was very clear when he came in. It wasn't like management are going to tell me you're having him because we want the shirt sales and stuff like that. If he didn't get the say so in the transfers, then that was one of the caveats apparently, that he wasn't going to join the club. And we've seen that every person he's brought in so far has been positive. When you look at, like, obviously Casemiro, Martinez, Eriksen, just to name a few, Malacia, he's absolutely fantastic. And he's not made a single. Obviously, people are still questioning Weghorst, and people have got different opinions just because he's not got the goals. But other people are looking at what he's actually doing on the pitch as the effort he's putting in and the difference he's making and the movement and stuff like that. So maybe that's another conversation. But what we can say is that Ten Hag knows what he's doing, and I'm pretty sure he'll have a big say in what's going on. And he said in his presser today, of course we're watching what's going on. It's Man United, we're all part of it. We want to know exactly what's going to happen. And he'll probably know a bit more than some of us. But at the end of the day, I think this is not going to be the only bid we're going to see. The only thing that we have seen from this statement is they've ticked every box so far. So anybody who comes out and says anything similar is going to be like, well, you're just kind of copying what they said now. But they've done it. So they've laid the cards down first.
So, quick one. I'm going to go to all the comments because there's tons of comments there that I'm on the need to fly through. But I'm just going to say this here. For me, all I want is whoever the new owners come in the club, do not even think about changing Ten Hag as a manager, because I'll be protesting. I'll be going up Manchester and I'll be sitting there. Whoever the owner is, kick them out the club straight away. Ten Hag stays. Even for me, give Ten Hag another 5-year contract. That's all I say. Just give him a new 5-year contract. Don't even try it with him. OMONDI, sorry, when you're ready.
Yeah,
because there's lots of divides in the comments.
Look, guys, there's so many comments here. I'm just going to pick out a few. Sorry if I missed a couple, but going back to HD Gamer, why would we want Ratcliffe? Just because he's born in Manchester, says HD Gamer. There's going to be no order to this. I don't want to be like Chelsea, PSG, City. I think Jim will keep us honest and let the club pay for most of its upgrades. I want to say good evening to Miguel, one of my favorites. How you doing, Miguel? Nice to see you in the house. Advar is saying, did you guys hear that one of the officials of VAR's resigned after the game? VAR's a shambles as another topic. Miko saying Qatari buying United during the month of Ramadan will make the dates taste even sweeter. FC United Forever saying no, Rebel would not ever happen anyway. The supporters have controlling stake, say in 51% stake. At least SFG can keep their promise, unlike our parasites. MUFC Realist TV, go subscribe to them. Soft bid means one submit. The amount 2 supply and demand documents that support that bidders are liable for the bid. Next will be a bidders' war. Want to say hi to Chris from Leicester Till I Die. Go and check out his channel. He's Leicester fan and one of not the best Leicester fan out there and the best Leicester channel out there. And he's saying, be afraid, guys. We'll get back to that later. There's a lot of arguments going in there about politics and everything else. Zoe Media House is saying, sorry, I cannot support Qatar. We've been through that. Emma here is saying the British English government allows it, so it must be fine. UK Strange in the house. How you doing? Doesn't matter how much money the new owners have. A club can only spend what we generate. You get thumbs up from Phil. Ed Mayhem is saying it's not the 92 Foundation, it's the 9-2 nothing to do with United 92, etc. Also, it's not supporting Qatar, it's supporting your team. Agree Solo, and so is my dog. Politics has taken a place in football. It has no place in football. That's a good comment there. Bilal saying, say what you want, but don't bring religion or ethnicity into this. It's just causing a lot of conflict, this
100%
situation. FC United Forever saying, it looks at it like this. Look at it like this. United should be owned by British or Irish because of its heritage and roots. Rebel coming in and saying, what matters is that the Glazers department would be gone. The money owned in transfer would be cleared off and owed, I'm thinking saying it, in transfer would be cleared off and would leave United in a good position to be self-sufficient without being crippled by a loan. I'm trying to reword that. Keep spelling sorting out, Rebel. CALLULA saying the cap isn't going to happen even if Qatar wins the bid, as other clubs have shown us money talks. And she repeats that later on as well. Talking about Mbappe, HG Game is saying, don't be silly. Ten Hag would 100% want Mbappe. They're talking about, arguing about whether we want him or not. Viking Ray, how you doing? Welcome back. Capital letters. Can't we be glad? 17 years of my life wasted under the Glazers. Let's become united. All you guys, he's getting us together. Unite, guys. Let's be in one voice, you know, on this topic. CALLULA saying we need to follow the world, and the cards are dealt, and the cards are dealt with, guys. Be real, not fantasy land. So many comments. Sorry, money talk, says CALLULA. Want to say hi to Niall in the house. He's saying big up, lads. Viking, thank you for saying it's a great show. It is a great show. Really topical today. And last one here from Saudis are worse, and have Newcastle. There you go. I just want to say this, because I haven't had much chance to say. 21 in the comments. Make sure you press the like button, guys. This is a really good talking point. I don't look. People have double standards. When you roam, you say what you see. People are governed. The government means govern your mind. Meant in government means mind. So they govern your mind and how you think and how you get passionate and rage about certain things and think. I think we should focus, you know, what we see over there, that's bad. You can point fingers, but you point fingers, there's 3 fingers pointing at us. Every country's got a bad history and record. So we need to take them all to task. We can't just say this because it doesn't really stand up. But enough on that. I just think for the benefit of Man United Football Club, we're the Man United agenda. Let's discuss this. Let's bump heads and let's come to some conclusion about it, you know. But let's all this stupid pointing fingers and everything else. It's happening.
This is one as well for you on Monday. This is one as well.
Long Schlong 53. I thought that was a bit rude, but anyway, that's what I get called sometimes. Who the F's cares if City if you want City to take over or even Chelsea, etc. Stick with those wretched owners who care about mate. I don't know, who just care about millions, or I don't know what that means. Sorry. And UK Strange saying humans can never be united when we all have different opinions, options, and beliefs. That's right. Yeah.
There's this one here.
Across the pond, Sports Talk. Big up. Go and check him out. Wonder who Qataris would choose to run the club, technical director, etc. Or do you guys know this Qatari Sheikh who has partnered up?
I think Beckham. I think Beckham will be, and then there's this.
I've heard it's Beckham, yeah, because he was seen with them at the World Cup as well, wasn't he?
Yeah, I think he'll Beckham. Hold on. Is Bath Time asking a question? Let's go. Let's do Bath Time, and we need to move on.
All right, last one. Bath Time said, I'm ready to walk away from United over this. You can't let people into our club that victimize the LGBT, whatever, deny women's rights and fund terrorists. This is all accusation. Look. And Zoe Media House saying it as well. I'm sorry, terrorism failed. Now these countries are 100% sports washing, especially Saudi. So they're getting political and emotional.
Yeah, for me, like I said, guys, when it comes to politics and football, I stay clear away from it. I don't get involved because I don't. For me, as I would say, I'm not even going to even come on and think what my opinion of politicians.
I'm not either.
I
don't want to say
doing it. All I know is I'm a Man United fan. And all I want is the best thing for Manchester United. That's all I care about. And that's why I come. We all on here on this YouTube journey to talk about Manchester United and Manchester United. And that's all I'm here for. But we are going to actually start talking about the preview game, 27 minutes.
No, they don't. They don't want to talk about it yet. They still want to go on.
They want to go on.
Let's go over a bit. No, I'm joking. And
there was a comment about Solar, about Fred as well, yeah? No one's getting rid of Fred. Fred's getting a new 5-year contract. Fred's going to be sitting there walking out in crutches, mate. That's how Fred's going to be, walking stick. So let's kick off now with, we have got a big game. And when I say a big game, it's going to be a huge game. Leicester City at the moment, currently on form. In their last 5 games, they've drawn 2 and won 3. Manchester United have drawn 3 and won 2. So let's kickstart it, guys. And massive game for Leicester City and Manchester United, Old Trafford on Sunday. I think the kickoff is it 2:30?
I don't know.
2 o'clock.
Yeah, 2 o'clock, I think.
Yeah, 2 o'clock. So let's kickstart it first things first now. Obviously, we spoke a little bit about Manchester United playing Barcelona. Casemiro is going to be out for this game, which is going to be a huge loss. It's almost like he glues everyone together when you watch them play. Great performance yet again by Casemiro against Barcelona. But now we're back in the Premier League, and Leicester City, they beat Tottenham the last game they played, and they beat them quite convincingly as well. And that wonder goal as well, for me, might be more or less goal of the month as well for me. I don't know if anyone saw that goal, but that was absolutely a fantastic goal. But let's start talking about Leicester City, Brush. And from the start of the season to where they are now, you know, there's Maddison is back now and Harvey Barnes back as well. And it's almost like those two players, such a massive, massive part of that team. Just like how Casemiro is so big for us as well, who's not going to be playing.
Absolutely. Proper Jekyll and Hyde stuff from Leicester City. They last started off horribly, and yeah, they're coming into their own now. James Maddison's made a huge difference since he's come back into the fold. And they'll be confident as well on the back of a very, very convincing victory against Spurs. A Spurs team who managed to beat Man City just the week before, might I add. So yeah, I don't really know what to make of this. It's crazy.
Yeah. And again, Phil, what Rush said, touched on it as well. You beat Man City, you go to it does remind me of last season, Manchester United, where we pick up a point from one of the big teams, and all of a sudden we then go and play, no disrespect to the Premier League, but a lesser team, and we get walked over. And it's almost like Spurs did so well, but the way they press Tottenham on the weekend just gone, the way they picked up the ball, the way they dominated that midfield as well against Spurs. We've got to, I love Fred, and I think Fred's is a worldly player, world class. Yeah.
I can see OMONDI twitching here.
World class, yeah. On Monday, think about it, world class, yeah. It's got to be a tough game in midfield for us, Phil.
Yeah, I think obviously we all know the loss of Casemiro and Eriksen. That shouldn't be misunderstood either. But I think Spurs didn't expect that from Leicester last week. They were absolutely caught out, even though Leicester had beat Villa 4-2 the week before.
Yes.
So in the last two games, they've scored 4 goals. So it was by no means a fluke. So they were feeling really confident going into the game against Spurs. And Spurs,
Sorry, 8 goals in 2 games they scored and conceded.
Yeah, that's
5.
what I'm saying. They've scored 4 in each of the last 2 games.
Yeah.
So that's exactly the point. They're feeling absolutely on top of the world, feeling full of confidence. And they came up against a Spurs side who were, I think they're in 10th, something like that at the moment. And they don't know what's happening. They don't know what's happened to their own club. You see Son, he had that. He scored 4 goals in 1 game and he's done nothing again all season. He's gone missing, and him and Kane at first were like unstoppable. They were the best thing since sliced bread, best duo ever, being compared to Cole and York. It's like, come on, it's got to be consistent here. Let's be serious. But they came up against Spurs. Spurs were absolutely rocked. The defence was all over the place. United haven't got that. What Leicester will be thinking, and I know there's a Leicester fan on this chat, and tell me if you think I'm wrong, but they'll be seeing what we've just done against Barcelona going, oh, all right, okay. So yeah, absolutely. I think that I don't think they're going to be coming in as confident as they would be if we'd have just got absolutely walked over by Barcelona. But let's be honest, every United fan walked away from that Barcelona game thinking they were disappointed with a draw, which shows how far we've come. And I know we had Casemiro and he'd been missing, but we've got Martinez back and we've got Sabitzer. So we've got options in midfield and at the back as well where we can make those various changes.
Yeah, and again with that Monday, James Maddison, it's almost like he's come back and he just slots straight in. Why do you think he hasn't left Leicester City as yet? Because again, for England, even for England as well, it's almost like Gareth Southgate don't actually believe in Maddison. But as a football fan first, rather than being a Man United fan, the talent, how talented he is, it's unbelievable, and not even be able to even get into this England team as well. And for Leicester City, week in, week out, it's almost like a Matt Letizia, isn't it, really? How great Matt Letizia was for Southampton, but never sort of got any involvement in the England team.
You have to put it this way. Maddison is a good player. We all know that. But he was. They took a chance on him. He came from Norwich, didn't he? They took a chance on him, and they gave him the chance to perform. And that's his club. You've got to be loyal to people. That you look at you, Solo. You gave me a call one day. Said, Zach, I want to give you a punt on the Man United agenda. You took. I was nowhere. I was in the wilderness, and you took a chance on me, and you give me an opportunity to come on the podcast with you. You know, so. When you got that, you have to have respect and loyalty. And he's probably comfortable in the area. He's probably got good mates there. It's a nice, peaceful town. There's not many other football clubs around. They play golf. They can go and have dinner together and all this kind of thing. This means a lot. He's in the Premiership. They won the league not so long ago. They can win cups. They won the FA Cup as well.
It's also important to note, Omondi, that there has been interest in Maddison over the years. He's just been priced out of a move at various points.
He may be
Arsenal wanted him, didn't they?
He may be priced out, but there's a lot of player power as well. If you really want
to leave, I think in the summer Newcastle were in for him as well.
Yeah, so if he really wants to leave and all these clubs are sniffing around him, he would probably say, "Look, guys, I've done my work here. Let me go." And he probably will go maybe quite soon. Who knows? We just don't know. But it shouldn't be that him playing for Leicester and scoring bags of goals and being really talented should prevent him from being picked for his team. We have to remember, like Harry Maguire was getting picked for Leicester. For England when he was playing for Leicester. So I don't think that's an issue anymore. I think, especially under Southgate, I don't think it's an issue. You're playing for this team. That means you can't play for England or anything like that. We've seen Grealish go to Man City, and he's not a dead cert for playing for England now, is he? It's not about that, I don't think. All the teams in the Prem, but we're playing Leicester City. Big up to Chris, Leicester till I die. They're a good side, and they're coming back to form, and it's kind of scaring me. They've always been a bit of a bogey team. I remember when they first come up in the league a couple of years ago, they whooped us. I can't remember the score, like 5-2 or something like that. What's going on here? It's outrageous. But I love how they make themselves sustainable. They look at data. They get players in based on data. They've got that Daka guy. He hasn't exploded yet, but I think he's a promising guy for the future. They're a really good side. Look at Barnes, Maddison, Vardy as well. Only thing I think they're shaky. They're playing midfielders as defence recently, and their fullbacks ain't as good as they used to be. That's where they've had an issue. But they started to come back and got a bit of confidence coming to the game. But they're coming to Old Trafford. As Phil says, I'm confident. We are battle hardened right now. We're ready for all challenges. Barcelona, we take you. We take Crystal Palace, Leeds. Bring it on, man. We're Man United and we're playing really well at the moment. I don't want to hear about fatigue and all this kind of thing. Play your best team, go out there and get those 3 points. Because if you look at the league table, right, and I know none of you guys don't want to talk about it, but look at the league table. This is important, just as important as Barcelona. I don't care. We need to go out there and win our games at home and represent and say to our fans, why? Let them slip up and we'll be sniffing around and going for this title as well. So there's so much to play for. Play your best team. Just be confident. I don't care. Just be confident. We're confident playing against Barcelona. Let's go and beat Leicester and show them, the league don't lie. That's where you're at, and we're on the rise here. So I'm confident, and I do like Maddison, the player. I think he's fantastic, actually. But we have to see what happens. Really.
With it as well, Rush. Iheanacho left Man City, went to Leicester City. Bit dip in form. But in the last few games now, he seems like, I think he scored in, was it the FA Cup he scored in? And since then, he's just literally going from strength to strength. When you look at him, you got the likes of him, you got Barnes, you got Maddison, who we was talking about. Those 3 players are a massive threat to Manchester United, especially with the pace they've got as well.
Absolutely. Iheanacho. He's one of those streaky players that goes on these runs where he does get a lot of goals. And they're kind of sport for choice, actually, because obviously Vardy, despite his age, he still chips in as well. And they've got Pats and Daka waiting in the wings. So, yeah, they've got a lot of options going forward. Like Omondi touched on, I think the weakness in their team is definitely the defence. And I'm hoping their young Belgian centre-back has a performance like he did against Liverpool.
And with it as well, just going to go around and then we're going to go into the comments as well. With it as well, Mendy, his goal he scored Phil last week. As I said, goal of the month for me. It was, it was a fantastic sort of goals, like early 90s. Remember, sort of like early to late 90s, old school goal. The way he flew in. I don't even know if he actually meant it, but listen, who am I?
Yeah, it was an absolute quality goal, wasn't it? I mean, I think it was moments like that when they're playing on that sort of level of form that they just think that everything they hit is going to go in. And I think I was saying in commentary as well during the game, Spurs were on the back foot, but every time they attacked, they looked like they were going to score. Whether that was a weakness in Spurs' defence because they were all over the place, or because Leicester are just absolutely believing in themselves again. Don't know, but yeah, they were playing some good football. Barnes obviously had another goal ruled off as well. Don't forget, so
Yeah,
that
you
could have
did,
been
yeah.
5. And they were just absolutely just taking Spurs to the cleaners. What the difference is, they haven't come up against Rashford, who is on the form of his life. We are Man United, and yeah, we've had sticky games against Leicester in the past. I'm just feeling so confident at the moment. Even when we get slightly rocked, we just come back stronger the next game. Ten Hag's got this mentality about them. You know, somebody's already said you got to play your best team. Absolutely, he's showing it every time. The amount of times fans have said, like the Palace game, rest Casemiro, don't risk him against before the Arsenal game. Ten Hag's like, no, I have to take every game one at a time, give my best team that's available every game, and that's why you just know that he's going to go with his strongest side. So, yeah, absolutely. He's not going to be resting anybody for Barcelona. He knows that the next game is the most important game, and we are in a title race. I really believe it. I know some people say, no, we're not. Yeah, we are. When you look at the running at the end, we have got the chance. Come on, we can do this. I'm getting hyped. I'm getting hyped. Got 20 minutes to go. 20 minutes to go and 18 games, and I'm like, oh my word, how am I going to be at the end of the season? If it carries on the way it's going, I'm still excited from the Barcelona game midweek. I just can't come off the ceiling. It was awesome.
I don't know, man.
Terrified.
I don't know. I'm my feet are firmly on the ground. I honestly would say the only way I would look at us in the title race if over this weekend Arsenal lose, Man City lose, and then we win. Then I'll come back the week after and let you guys know how I feel. But right now, my feet. I think me and Brush probably got our feet firmly stuck on the ground. I don't think I'm going to get carried away with this one. But going into the one I want to go,
stood on your feet.
Yeah, you can stand on my feet. Trust me when I say. Obviously, we know like Ericsson now is going to be out long term. Donny van de Beek's out long term. Anthony, we're not sure when he's going to be ready. It could be at least another week or so before he come back. Casemiro is suspended as well. Martial is long term as well, so we're not 100% sure what. Yeah, I didn't even look at McTominay, to be fair. We got Fred. We got Fred. We don't need Scott, even though Scott's a good player, but unfortunately it will take him a long time to get into the team itself. But what we want to do now, guys, is on Monday, do what you normally do, man. Come on, because there's so many comments out there.
Hey, I've had a ball watching these comments because they love Rashford. We all know they love Rashford. I'll come to other comments later, but it's all about Rashford coming up very soon. I wasn't disappointed with the draw in the first leg with Barcelona, says CALLULA, as we can win in our own house. Draw was better than losing. I don't know how you guys feel, but yeah, I thought it was a great game, just epic. Plus, give it up for Wan-Bissaka. Maguire played well. Leeds said Viking Reds as well. So he's bigging up on some of our players here. It was 5-3 in 2004, 2005. That was a mauling, wasn't it? 2-0 to United, a bit early, but we take that for now. UK Strange. Just an interesting one here. Zoe Media House says, Rebel, Gavi, I wasn't impressed. Obviously, we've heard about Pedri and Gavi, these golden boys of the Barcelona academy, and they come through. We've had a good look at them, didn't we? Zoe's also saying, if today is deadline, how come we haven't had any confirmed bids? UK Strange saying, OMONDI being quiet today. Not quiet, quite. Quite what? What you accuse me of?
Quite quiet.
Yeah, exactly. I think if we keep our nerves, we can beat Leicester, but fatigue could F us up. Here we go. Rashola, as in Mullah, the great striker. We got Dr. Marcus Rashford, MBE. Remember Batistuta? It's Stuta. We remember Rashinho. Robinho? Is that where you go? Remember Suarez? No, it's Rasharas. We got across the pond saying Rashuno. Who would that be referring to? Rashino.
Casemiro. I don't know. Ronaldinho. It's Ronaldinho, isn't it?
Ronaldinho. Who's this one? Rashadonna. We know that's
Maradona.
It's Madonna, isn't she? Who does she sing for?
Rashford, the Manchester Palais. Come on, we got to be name puns here. Come on, you can change. You can do better than that. Rashetto. Who's that referring to? I don't know. Rashetto. Anyone? Well, great players. Rashadinho. We know who
That's
that
a
is.
good one, yeah.
And finally, I love this
Rash
one.
Van-
It made me laugh. Rash Van Nistelrooy.
Yeah. What about
Rash-
Rash Rooney? Anyone got Rash Rooney in the building?
Okay.
Rash Cantona?
that's the
Rash
one.
Cantona?
Rashadinho,
Eric?
that's the Maradona one. Rashi. I don't know about that one. Anyone else? Rushland. Oh, as in Haaland, Rushland. Stoichkov, Rashkosh. I like that one. Rashuni, Rashi. Oh God, yeah, keep them coming, guys. Oh, I love this one. Eusebio. Pronounce that. Rashabio. And Rashpuskus as well. It's brilliant. I love this, guys. We're coming on to predictions, so get your fingers on the key.
No, we're coming up to the solo.
Oh gosh, of course. I'm losing track.
Guys,
here.
get your solo in. Get your solo team in because we are coming. I do need to find a solo 11.
Sorry, stop. I want to say hi. Sorry, before you do. Ravneet Jolo. How you doing, man?
Big up,
It's
welcome.
Roberto Baggio, Raggio.
Raggio. Yeah, it's a good one, man.
Sorry, let's go.
I don't know what this is. Am I on the wrong? No, this is the wrong thing I'm on. Let's remove that. Remove from stream. Where am I looking? I was told that my solo 11 was up. It's not up. Cannot see it. Definitely cannot see the solo 11. So it's definitely not up. I can see an Arsenal. I can see a 2-2. Nope, it's not up. So we're not going to utilize it. So what it is, guys, we are just going to go into it quickly. I'm saying it's not up, but I bet you by the time I look around, it will be there. Let's remove this from here. Remove from studio. Let's go. Where's my solo 11? Physically not there, guys. Physically not there. I was told it was going to be there. But 18 in the chat, guys, just get your predicted 11 in. So what I am going to do now is, let me get my solo 11 up. Originally, see if anyone agrees with me in the comments and in the chat. So I went with De Gea, I went with Dalot, I went with Varane, I went with Martinez, I went with Shaw, I went with Sabit. I can never pronounce his name properly.
Sabitzer,
and my boy Fred, obviously. Bruno. I've gone with Sancho, Waghorse, and Rashi.
So sorry, midfield 2 is Fred and Sabitzer.
Yes.
Okay, and you've got. Why have you put Dalot? Is he available again?
Yeah, Dalot's fit.
Okay.
I think the reason I put him in is because there's so many games coming up at the moment, and I think this game Dalot will probably be more suited for this game and give Wan-Bissaka a little rest because we've got the game as well on Sunday, and I think Wan-Bissaka will definitely start that game against Newcastle.
Who's going to dispute his team? There's a few there. I mean, look, let me just go first. I think the right back situation. I think Wan-Bissaka. I mean, Brush was on the show with us last night. Go and check it out. The post-match review. I think Wan-Bissaka is playing really well. Barnes is a good player. He plays into feet, gets the 1-2s. He's really plays triangles. Really smart player, Barnes. And if he's on fire, he'd be hard to deal with. Wan-Bissaka is playing really well at the moment. I have to give him credit. People are talking about Weghorst. I know, Phil, you were talking about it earlier. I think Weghorst is playing really well for us. Forget the goals, about contribution, what he contributes on the pitch. And availability, obviously, our midfield's a bit... We haven't got Casemiro. Eriksen's out. So I do agree with your midfield as well. I do think there is a place for Harry Maguire. Now, not just because... that's not my agenda, but I do think if you're going to drop someone or bring... I think Varane needs to be dropped. Not dropped as in thing, but just
be rested because of all the games we've got coming up.
I don't want him, to say, if only we would have dropped. You've got 2 good guys sitting on the bench. You can probably manage, I think, get through. If you've got a strong team, that's the only place I'd say rest up Varane because I love him and I don't want him to get injured from fatigue or playing too much. Bring Maguire in, play against Leicester and let them try and boo him again and let him show why he's an £80 million player. Well, he's probably not worth that much, but let him play against his old club. I think that'd be the only change I would have.
Just a quick one though with that on Monday, with the attack of Leicester City and the pace that Leicester City's got, especially with a player like Iheanacho as well. I'm not going to dispute about Harry Maguire, whatever his price tag or whatever. Harry Maguire is a good player because otherwise he wouldn't be a professional footballer to start with. but could he really sort of contain, you know, Iheanacho and them guys?
I'll just say this. Yeah, that's a really good question. Respect to that question. I'm saying yes. It's the system that we're playing. Give him games because you're going to need him sooner or later. And it doesn't matter. I think he can deal with these guys in a good system with a good shape. That's the most important thing. You put him in a one-on-one situation where someone's giving the ball away like Fred, for example, then he might be in trouble. But if you play and control games like we have and create chances and dominate and give him the ball, I think he can play a good game. So I'm not too concerned about that at the moment.
I'd like to add to that. I mean, I think my issue with Maguire at the moment, his biggest strength is his head, literally and physically. His main game is heading the ball out. If it goes to his feet, that's when he makes his mistakes. He either runs over it, miskicks it, doesn't get a good clearance on it. And I think that Leicester don't cross the ball, you know, too much in the areas. A lot of it is low. You know, lots of intricate passing like you've already referred to, and that's why I'm not sure that Maguire is best suited for this game. If you are going to see a change, you might see Lindelof.
That's a shout, actually. That's a good shout. Brush?
I trust in the manager. I do think Maguire's
cheating.
Listen, I think Maguire's a better defender than a lot of people say. Unfortunately, with him, he's always got that one sort of mistake in him per game that makes the highlight reel. And people just concentrate on that, like against Leeds, where he messed up once or twice. He did correct himself, but then it's one of those where you're like, well, do you credit him for correcting his own mistake, or should you just have dealt with it? It's one of those. So yeah, I trust in the manager. So whoever he picks, I'm happy with.
Brush cheating again. Yeah. No, but to be honest with you, on the positive side of it, I know, like Amanda saying, it could be about resting certain players for it. But again, with Ten Hag, we know what Ten Hag's all about. He wants to win every game, so it doesn't really matter what the cost of what's going to happen is.
I'll tell you what, guys. Like we haven't really seen that much rotation from him game to game. You know, it's more us fans that are concerned about the fixture pile-up and that. And yeah, he seems to like a settled 11. So yeah.
It's I think I was having a conversation with an Arsenal fan the other day, and I said the same thing. I think Arsenal have changed their squad like players in the Premier League. I think they only use about 15 players in the Premier League or something like that so far this season in the Premier League itself. So it's about 15 players they use in the Premier League. Yeah,
I remember Villa when they won the Champions League. They played. I think they had 15 players all season, and they got to the Champions League final, I think, and pushed for the title as well. That was outstanding. This is the early 80s, but I don't think it's 15. Surely they played more than that. But
no, but in other competition they have, but in the Premier League itself, right, okay. In the Premier League itself,
if they have, then that's really pushing.
That's the reason why, because all the changes they've done is Nketiah, and it's who else they've done? Nketiah, and for Jay's, obviously Jay's is injured, and I can't remember. I think there was about two
left
more
back
players
as well, wasn't it?
Pardon?
Left back. That's it. Yeah.
So they've only done about 15 players from what I saw something the other day where I was talking to an Arsenal fan, and he was talking to me about it.
There's pros and cons for this. I mean, like you're saying, I don't believe fatigue is that much thing. You bring that unity. You know that you've got a consistency with the same team. The players know each other well. They're on the same page. You get fluid sort of movement and passing movement. You know, I'll just ping it out there. Man's on it. You know, just catch eyes with someone. He's on it. You know, that sort of thing. Yeah. Like Rashford recorded the other day. Just give me the ball. I'm on it. Yeah, bam. You know, do you know what I'm saying? So I think that is the pros for it. The cons are other players don't get games, and I think you're going to need them. Like why I was suggesting maybe Harry Maguire or Lindelof. I don't mind. One of these guys who are Premiership players should come in and just give them a run out, because I think you've got the balance. You've got a left-footed guy, Martinez, there, and you can play Malacia or Luke Shaw at left back and have that right side.
Again, another one as well. Resting Varane, you could have Luke Shaw coming in as well. So again, he's got the option there, hasn't he? Really, when you think about it. So the option is there for Ten Hag to sort of play around with.
Have we seen Martinez play right centre back though?
No.
And we've not. So Martinez and Shaw will play the same position. So that.
No, Martinez will drop Martinez, but the thing with it as well, could he again drop Martinez, don't play Martinez in this game and rest him for the next game? Again,
he already missed Barca, hasn't he? Because of his suspension.
He's already had a rest solo. They'll probably want to get him up to match speed for that one.
Yeah, because last time we
Yeah,
went out, when he came back from the World Cup, he took a game or two to get into his speed. So,
And I'll tell you what, as well as Shaw's done at centre back, I prefer him on the left. At left back, he just offers us more going forward.
Yeah, I think Lewandowski tried to work it out as well, didn't he, with him playing in that sort of position on Thursday. But Lucha, I think, again, like I said, you can't fault the team. Anyone who criticised the team and say sort of, it's just, we got to look at like going to last season. Last season would have got brushed aside by Barcelona, no matter how bad Barcelona was last season. And now this season, we look like we drew a game and we're disappointed. So it just showed the level where we've come. But guys, in the chat, Amanda, would you mind, please? We are going to go score prediction next. So guys, get your score prediction in while Amanda is doing the beautiful work. 19 in the chat. If you're new to the channel, please give us a like and a subscribe as well, please, guys.
Okay, so talking about centre backs, could we see Victor at CDM? He did play there, coming off the bench, did he? And rest Fred. Yeah. I don't know about to start the game. I want to say hi to DM Vlogs. He's saying, guys, one more thing, need all 4 opinions. Do you think we sign Wout and Marcel full-time, Sabitzer, in the summer? Because they fit Ten Hag's system, even though we will make better signings. So the question is, will we take these loan guys full-time? Don't know. 20 in the chat.
I would take both of them. I'll take both of them as a squad rotation.
What do you think, Phil? And think so far it's too early to judge, but what do you think so far?
Yeah, I think the thing is, obviously, we've seen Sabitzer and everyone got really excited by what he brought to his first couple of games already. I think, obviously, we didn't miss him in terms of against Barcelona, but we missed the chance to see him again, and I think we'll definitely see him against Leicester. I think Weghorst, as I say, we're seeing a lot of what he's actually bringing to the game. It all depends on how much they're going to cost at the end of the season, because Ten Hag will already have his long-term plan, as he's been talking about all along. There's a rumour that Sabitzer's 25 million. If that's true, then I think you've got to take it.
It's a steal.
But I don't know about how much Weghorst is for. And obviously, if we are looking for like the likes of Osimhen and stuff, as we discussed in other shows, then you're not going to spend 60, 80, 100 on Osimhen, whatever he's going to cost, or someone of his stature. And another 15, 20 on Weghorst as well. I just don't think it'll be. So I think it will depend on the money that's available through FFP, what sales that we make, and how much money we can spend. But Weghorst has done nothing wrong, in my opinion, for keeping his place in the squad and earning a place full time.
Yep, agree.
Just going to go, Brush, do you want to just touch on that?
I think Phil just summed it up perfectly there. Personally, I do think it's a bit too early to make that call on the 2 players. As far as last-minute bargain basement signings go, they've done all right so far. But let's see how they get on for the rest of the season. And Bayern were very clever in not putting a buy option on Sabitzer, and I think that's intentional. So I don't know how much he would cost in the summer. We'd have to wait and see.
Thank you, Brush.
That's a good call as well, Rush. You just said something there. Very clever in what they're doing, because if Man United get brought out by a new owner, then the valuation is going to be even, they're going to...
Yeah, and if he does well, then obviously they know that he's an asset, right? They don't want to undersell.
Yes, there you go.
Yeah. Food for thought. That was a good point, actually. Yeah, it got me thinking. Vincent saying Fred passing the ball and watching score all of the goals, and watch the fear on the broccoli face as Mr. B eats it. DN Bog saying, I feel Weghorst should be rested because he needs to be played in the Barca game as well, and Varane needs to be rested so that Martinez and Varane are ready for the Barca game, while WB Wan-Bissaka, is it? The more he plays, the better. Emma's saying here, Leicester will take advantage of the mistakes more so than Leeds did. Miko is saying here, Ten Hag only trusts about 14, 15 players in the squad. I want to say hi to Donovan Williams. He says, except he does not protect or rotate Varane. Viking Red saying Ten Hag needs to rotate now because of fatigue. That was a question. Very clever, really intelligent guy here, Donovan. He's saying he agrees with OMONDI. Pardon the spelling. That's correct. He said, I think Maguire comes in for Varane, but Martez will play and Shaw with Wan-Bissaka. Want to say hi to Mr. B. He'll be in at 10 o'clock. He said, Mr. B saying, please, players need to earn their place in the squad. He ain't handing out appearances like confetti. That's coming from a manager himself, and he's shrewd like that. The butcher is a must, says across the pond. The guys need to remember we just done that one as well about the questions there. And yeah, there's so many comments coming in. I would just want to say this one. Is Alanga fit, lads? He's asked about Alanga. And Veghorst is championship quality. Struggled at Burnley. Can't score for us. UK Strange. He's divided opinion.
But you with that one quickly before we go on with it on here, Weghorst. I look at him as not a natural goal scorer. I'm not saying sort of he's a player. What I've watched so far for Manchester United are very similar to what's his name at Arsenal now, Chelsea, France international,
Oliver Giroud.
Giroud, a bit more like Oliver Giroud, where they sacrifice themselves for the team itself, rather than being that person, selfish player who wants to score 20, 25 goals a season. I don't know if anyone agrees with me with that one. But that's how I look at Weghorst.
Go on, Brush.
I was going to say, I just don't think he has it in him to do that anyway. With players like that, we look at what else they bring to the table if they're not going to score goals, and it's one of those kind of situations. The manager's clearly seen something in him that he likes. He offers a lot of things, but goals aren't really at the top of that.
But with that as well, I'm going to go to Phil with that as well. But with what I've just said there, Phil, look at France. They went on to win sort of World Cup with Giroud being unselfish.
I've for some reason I've always liked Giroud. I couldn't understand why he was sold from Arsenal. Every time he came on, he seemed to do something well. He was great at headed goals. I think Weghorst is slightly different in so much as we're not seeing the goals at the moment. We know that we saw all the different stats when he was first signed for us. I think what he's bringing to the team is, I suppose, when you look at how many minutes he's played since he started and how many of those games we've won. It's about his movement, the way he's running in the centre, but as a number 10, he's dropping back a little bit, and those wings are pushing forward. We saw what Rashford's doing with his runs and stuff, and he's getting in down both sides. We've got Garnacho, Sancho's getting in on the act. Palistri, everyone who's coming in from the wings, Anthony, everyone who's coming in from the wings are making chances and runs, and Weghorst is doing his job. I saw someone that I can't remember which game it was the other day, about the 88th minute, and I thought, who cleared that from the centre back position? And it wasn't a corner, it wasn't a set piece. It was Weghorst, and he was in sort of central defence, doing it for the team, and it was him who cleared it with a great clearance at an important time in the game. So he's bringing a lot to the game. Yeah, he's not. If you look at the stats at the end of the season, he's not got it, but what he's bringing to the game is making a difference, giving others a chance to make those runs and get the goals.
Right. Well said. Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys. We are going to go score prediction now. We're going to start off with Brush.
2-1 United.
Whew, that's quick and thing. Guys, get in the chat as well. I know there is some score prediction in already, so we will get them. Let's go. Phil, score prediction.
I'm going to go for United win again. I'm going to go with 2-0 United. I'm feeling confident. So maybe even 3. I feel at the moment we just cannot stop scoring, and it's a real good thing to have. When Barcelona I know I keep talking a lot today, but I'm still bounced off the Barcelona game. Like I've been on Skittles for a week. When you look that Barcelona had only conceded 7 goals all season, and we came in 90 minutes and scored 2. That we are a team on form at the moment, and we are scoring goals left, right, and centre. So I'm going to go big. I'm going to go 3-0 United.
OMONDI.
Yeah, look. One thing we're hard to beat. We don't let teams create too many chances against us. We're comfortable and in control of certain situations where we're on the back foot. This is what I love to see. We're defensively sound at the moment. Going forward, I think we're capable of scoring goals now. The variety of goals from open play. And we're even mixing it up. Remember, we couldn't score a set piece or corner for a long time. That's changed as well. And so we're mixing it up a lot now. And I think there are a variety of ways how we can score our goals and stretch teams. So I'm really happy with the way we're playing at the moment. That's why I predict we're going to win 3-0 at home to Leicester City.
Oh, and as always, I always go for the 3-1 score, but I'm not going to go 3-1 today, and it's going to absolutely kill me. I'm going to go for 2-1 United. I think we will concede a goal. Rashford is on fire. I'd love to see Rashford get a goal tomorrow, another one as well. I want to see Rashford break the record of 22. That's his best season ever, and that was when him, Martial and Greenwood literally terrorized the defense. Better sort of scoring record against, I think it was at Liverpool at the time, Mane, Salah and Fabinho. They had a record against. So I'm just hoping Rashi can get this record up would love to see Rashford score 30 to 31 goals this season in all competition. He's not far off, but I think he can do it, especially the current form he's on. Stay injury free, and then Fred get the winner. That's it.
You have to go and spoil it.
I have to go and spoil it. But yeah, Amanda, would you mind going through some of the prediction score for us, please? Thank you.
I'm going to start with this one from Bila. It says 69-0. Donovan Williams is saying 2-0 to United. We're going to have a 2-0 here from UK Strange. 2-0 again from Viking Red. And 3-1, that's your favourite scoreline, Solo, from Miko. Have I missed any? No, I haven't. Keep them coming in, guys, if you want. Oh, here we go. Just to add here, UK Strange saying Rashford, 16 games, 14 goals and 5 assists.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah. There is, I think, if you go up, there is, I think, hold on 1 second. It was there. There is my team. I've just been told where it was. It was underneath what I need to do. So that was my predicted lineup originally. So it's there, guys.
You want to show off the graphics, don't you? And the Ten Hag's face looking so. Look at, he's got those sort of thinking lines. The names that come up. He's always thinking. I love it. I really rate this guy, man. Good temperament as well. All times, he's very professional, and that it shows in his team as well. So yeah, loving it at the moment.
Yeah, loving it. So that was my team, guys. So, that was it, starting 11. But, guys, listen, it's been absolutely fantastic today. We are going to be back, though. 13 wonderful people in the chat, as what Rebel would say, and 14 now. And we are going to, we're not finished yet. We are not finished yet. We are going to be doing the Friday night takeaway. Mr. B. Oh, thank you very much. Across the, where is it? Oh, it's gone now.
3-0 from DM Boggs and Vincent Pollock saying 3-0 as well. Rebel saying 3-0 to Rashford and 5-0 from Emma K. Hopefully we see that.
So what we need to do now is we need to find out where these beautiful people are from. I know exactly where you can find Brush, but let's find out though.
You
Phil,
can find me.
Wait, not yet,
right
Brush.
Here.
Not yet, Brush. It's Phil first, then you, because we know we can find you. It's Phil we need to find.
Yeah, good evening, everyone. I just want to give a big shout out to everybody who's joined the show tonight because, we can have all this chat, we can have all this fun, and we can laugh and talk about football all day. But without you guys joining in, live comments, live feedback, joking aside, joining in with the comments, the lineup, the scores, it wouldn't be the same without you. So thank you, everybody, for joining in live and giving us all the chat. You can find me on Twitter, social media, any of those addresses below, and also on TikTok and YouTube. And I'm part of the MUFC Realist team as well in the YouTube channel.
Brilliant. Thank you so much, as always, sir. Always a pleasure having you on. Brush,
Thanks,
sir. Brush.
Yo,
come on, tell the whole wide world where we can find you, because we know where we can find you.
Yeah, Solo, you can find me right here. People can find me here. I'll be on either in the comments or on the occasional stream. Outside of this, you can find me on Twitter at Brushy87, and that's about it, really.
Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Amanda, we ain't going to find you anywhere apart from here. 7 days a week, 365 days a year, no day off. And we find you here. But summarize anything there on Monday. Like again, what Phil said there before.
I echo what Phil said. I mean, it's great when we can interact with everybody. Really good comments. Some we agree, some we don't. This is what football's all about. We've got to come together. Iron sharpens iron. And let's make this club great again, regardless of what's happened. The clock is ticking. It's nearly 10 o'clock, so the deadline is going to be cut very soon. And hopefully we'll see something positive going forward with the new owners and get behind the football club. And hopefully we can win honours again, major trophies, Champions League and league title, which we're close to at the moment with the league. As Phil said, Phil, I really want to praise you for bigging it up and saying it out like I do. I think the title, we are in the title race, and we can. The reason I'm saying that is just last point. I'm looking around, and I'm thinking, who can beat us on our day? Who can beat?
I'm keeping quiet. I'm saying nothing.
A couple of years ago, it was Man City and Liverpool. Like, nah, man, these guys. I remember they gave us a thrashing, But this now, I'm thinking, actually, on our day, I'm not really fearful of anyone. So
Liverpool are doing this at the moment. Who's that up there? Who's that up there?
We've come a long way.
Absolutely. Long may it
guys,
last.
If you guys want to find out as well, there is a Liverpool. So on the Friday night takeaway now, we've changed it slightly. where you're going to have fans from different teams on, and we have got Liverpool fan on. So Mr. B, I'm sure, will be asking that question about Liverpool and what's going on at Liverpool at the moment. And we got to remember as well, guys, they've had a few players back and they are doing little bits and pieces at the moment. So I'm not worried about Liverpool. I'm just worried about Manchester United right now and where we're going to finish. But listen, it's been absolutely a pleasure tonight having all you guys on. I've been solo on Monday, Brosh and Phil, and would like to say to everyone in the chat, I know it's gone over a lot more than what we wanted it to, but because of the breaking news, we have to cover that as well, guys. But from us tonight, we'd like to say good night and thank you all for watching, liking, sharing, and subscribing to the Man United Agenda. So good night.